Welcome to yoga, everyone. All right, we're going to get started. I'm Ariane, and this is your tailor-made yoga class for GCC faculty and staff, just for you. I'm so happy and proud to be part of the GCC family and community and to provide these classes for you. And I love that so many people are using the recordings on the wellness channel. Yay, we're getting lots of hits, like 40 to 50 hits sometimes on a class. So keep using them. It makes me so happy. And whenever you want, you can always send me an email, amacbean@glendale.edu, and let me know what you think. All right, we're gonna start. I've got my little blanket to lift my hips up slightly. I've got my right leg in front in a very easy cross-legged position. I'm gonna put my left hand on my heart and my right hand on my belly. I'm just gonna take 3 deep breaths, nice and slow, just to kind of bring me to my body and to this hour of work. So go ahead and soften your eyes or close your eyes. And let's just kind of notice the regular breath. And feel the belly moving softly. And the chest very softly. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. And when you're ready, just soften and slow the breath down, taking a nice long inhale. Maybe holding the breath at the top of the inhale and exhale slow and low. Through the nose. One more time. Deep inhale, hold the top of that inhale, and then control the exhale so you can make it even longer than the last time. Squeeze out all that air. And then one last deep inhale. And slow exhale. Good. One mantra that I like to use with my inhale and exhale is just inhale. I think of the word here. And exhale, I think of the word now. So with each inhale, I'm here in this moment, and with each exhale, I'm in the now of this moment. And with each inhale, I bring myself here again, and then with each exhale, I'm in the new now of this now. And that just keeps me a practice for me to keep me in the present. It's something that I try to do throughout my yoga practice. Let's inhale, arch, look up, and exhale, scoop the belly button back and down, chin drops to the chest. So whenever you find yourself kind of gripping or locking or worried or judging or criticizing or wondering or questioning, you can return to the inhale here. Exhale now. Inhale here. Exhale now. Let's stir it up, taking the rib cage to the right. Exhale as you bring it back to the left and back. This is gonna feel so good after a long day of Gator workshops. I've been in Gatorthon all day. I think I probably saw some of you there. Getting my online certification reset up for the year. Let's go the other way. Really trace a nice wide circle with the ribs. This should feel like a great self massage. You can do this anytime sitting at your desk. Inhale. Here. Exhale. And out. Good. Let's take the shoulders up to the ears and hold the breath at the top there. Squeeze the shoulders behind you. Maybe your hands come behind your pelvis. And on the exhale, scrape that back wall with the shoulders as you go down. Inhale, shoulders come up. Hold the breath. See if you can get them a little higher, higher, higher. Squeeze the shoulders behind you and then scrape that back wall down slowly. One more time. Squeeze the shoulders and good. Let's take a nice tall sitting positions. Hands are coming out to the side like a V. We're going to inhale, the right arm comes up. We're going to walk that hand out on the mat. And we're just going to try to get that elbow down to the mat while we open the chest and look under the right armpit. Now we don't want to lift that right butt cheek off the mat. We want to anchor that down. So just try to anchor the right hip, send energy through that left elbow down into the mat, and then open up the chest and the fingertips of the right hand are reaching away. So many things to think about, so many energies going in different directions. Breathe here. Let's go ahead and just let that right shoulder round forward and take the hand to the mat and walk the hands out on that diagonal. Again, anchor the right hip and drop the nose to the knee. Maybe shake the head no here if it feels good. And then walk those hands up, come right back to neutral. Find that engaged belly right here. If you need to move the shoulders back just slightly over the pelvis, that's going to automatically get those abdominals to engage. Lift the left arm on the inhale, walk the right hand out along the mat, anchor that left hip, open the chest, and then see if you can get that right elbow to kind of send its energy down towards the mat. Whew. Breathe here. Good. And then let that left side of the torso round down towards the mat. Walk the fingertips out slightly. Anchor the left hip. Lift the belly button towards the spine. Drop the nose to the knee. And then when you're ready, walk those hands out. Let's just extend the legs for a minute. And we're just going to take the arms out on a V that sort of match the V of the legs. We're going to inhale and reach the hands toward over those toes, lengthening the spine. Right away, you should feel a stretch in the back of the legs. Just hold here. And then on that exhale, just release the hands down and give yourself a little bow towards the floor. Let the top of the head just reach towards the floor. You can keep the feet flexed here, whatever feels good, and then slowly round up. Good, let's cross the legs with the left leg in front this time. This time we're gonna inhale, we're just gonna take both arms up and we're gonna do a little flow. So we're gonna take the right arm over, and then we're gonna come forward with the torso, drop the top of the head towards the front of the mat, swing the left arm over, and around and up, and then we'll go the other way. Inhale, left arm comes up. Anchor that left pelvis, that left hip, round the spine forward, sweep the right arm across, and come up. We're going to do this a few more times. Just find the flow. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Keep going. Last time. We got to do the other side to make it even. Good. All right, let's remove the blanket from the, if you have one, from underneath you, and take the soles of the feet together. Let's just take a nice inhale, using the ankles to kind of pull the chest forward. Let's just breathe here for a minute. You should feel a nice stretch in the inner thigh. I want you to try and press those knees down towards the mat. Use the ankles as leverage to let that chest lead, heart forward. Drop the shoulders. See if you can get them to kind of move back. Yeah, get those elbows nice and tight to your rib cage. Feel that all that energy just in the chest and shoulder area. And then pull. Use the leverage of the hands and the ankles. Pull the top of the head down. Maybe grab the toes and see if you can even pull the top of the head down a little further. Breathe here. Nice groin stretch here. Breathe. And release. Go ahead and extend those legs one more time. Make that nice V. Take the arms out on that V. Lean forward towards the toes as if you're trying to reach the fingertips past the toes. Take a nice exhale here, release, but lengthen the spine. Inhale one more time. And release forward. Grab those ankles or the toes, or put your hands down on the mat, on the floor. And just breathe here. Wherever you are is where you're supposed to be. Yeah? You may be up here, and this is where you're supposed to be. Let it be whatever it is. No judgment, just grace and a sense of humor. Walk those hands up. Good. All right, we're going to come into tabletop onto all fours. And we're going to do a little flow here. We often use prayer position in yoga as a kind of safety zone, a kind of a resting pose, if you will. But we're going to work with prayer a little bit more dynamically. So come into a prayer. I've got my knees just inside the edge of the mat. So they're not straight forward. They're creating a slight V. Got my hands reaching forward, palms down. What we're going to do is we're going to press into prayer, and then we're going to come all the way up, and we're going to move, let the hips drop towards the mat. Now you don't want to let the shoulders sink towards the ears. You really want to press the shoulders away from the ears. So we're just moving through prayer, which is really quite a strong shoulder stretch, which you don't really realize it until you have a shoulder injury like I do. So we're going to gently move between prayer pose and a kind of version of cobra. So let's just find the movement of the breath. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, prayer. Or if it feels better for you to inhale in prayer and exhale in cobra, do that. Whatever feels good to you. All right, let's come into all fours here. Let's tuck the toes just for a second. Stretch those toes out behind us. And let's hover the knees off the mat. So that's going to give us a full body engagement. We want to warm up the body for our class. So this is just a very simple way of getting the whole body ready. Warmed up. You can already feel the heat. Little shakiness. Go ahead and drop the knees. Good. Let's do and release the toes. Let's do a couple of cat-cow here. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, round, look down. Again, you can bring in your mantra here and now. Coming into neutral, tuck those toes one more time. Cover the knees. Now you can stay here. If you want, you can lift one leg off and replace it. And then the other leg off and replace it. Lift, replace, lift, replace. Good. Drop the knees and untuck the toes. Let's go ahead and lift the right leg and extend it out behind us. Extend the left arm and reach it forward above our head. For bird dog pose, engage the abs. Let them hold the spine on a silver platter. Breathe. And recover. Let's just tuck those toes and sit back on our heels for a minute. Shake out the wrists from the top of the head. Shake, 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 shake off the stress from today. All the way down. And then we'll come back. Taking the left leg out and up. And the right arm out and up. Breathe here. And release one more time, tuck those toes, sit back on them, shake out the wrists from the top down, and visualize shaking off the day. All right, back to all fours. All we're gonna do is extend that right leg out one more time, foot is flexed. We're gonna inhale here. On the exhale, we're gonna bring the nose to the knee, really scooping the belly button towards the spine, and then inhale right back to neutral. Exhale. Inhale, extend. Matching the movement of your body with the movement of your breath. That was 4, let's do 4 more. Good. All right, let's, before we do the other side, just do a camel pose. So there's a couple of options here. I'm gonna have to just probably do the first option, but I'll demonstrate the second one, or at least give you instructions for it. So taking the palms and resting them right on top of each butt cheek. So kind of right where the hips, the waistline begins. This is pretty, what's the word? Very tight for me on the left side. I can barely do this because of my shoulder situation. So I'm modifying this by just kind of taking my elbow out slightly. My right elbow though is reaching back. So right here, all we're gonna do is inhale and lift the chest towards where the ceiling meets the wall. And we're really trying to keep the distance between our shoulders and our ears. Another option is to actually grab some blocks and put them behind you, or if you have a lot of flexibility here, you can grab your own ankles or heels and you hold the back of the blocks and then you press forward, holding the blocks. No blocks just fell. But you use the blocks as a kind of resting place for your hands to come into a deeper camel. I'm just going to do the simple version right here with my hands right on my hips, elbows reaching towards the back. And I'm trying to send my chest up, up, up. And breathe here. All right, good. Let's come back and do the left side. Extend that left leg, flex the foot. Inhale, and on the exhale, nose to knee. And you really want to track the leg in parallel. You really want to keep that hip shining down towards the mat, the left hip. Four more. When you come back to neutral, remember to not release the lower back. Yeah, you want to keep the lower back held and supported by those lower abdominals. I think we need to do one more. I'm not sure, I wasn't counting. But there we go. Good. All right. Let's just, let's actually stretch out our shoulders a little bit. So taking the left arm out to the side, leave it underneath the right arm, place the cheek on the mat, the left cheek. If you want, you can extend the right leg, and you can even take that right arm up. Send the weight of your body back towards your heels. If you want, you can even look up at the ceiling. over that right shoulder. Place that right hand down on the mat. Come back up to all fours. Try the other side. Right arm comes out. And then it weaves through underneath the left. Extend the left leg. Send the weight back. And then lift that left arm up. And if you want, you can look up over that shoulder. And place that hand back on the mat. Come on back to all fours. And let's tuck our toes, and I will meet you in down dog. Just have to take off my socks and throw my hair up here. Finding your down dog is always a fun thing to find every time we come to our yoga practice. And I always invite you to do whatever playing feels good when you're first coming into down dog, if that means treading the feet or maybe doing a few hip circles with each leg just to get some mobility, or maybe rising up on your toes, wagging the tail, sending the heels down. Just play with your down dog. It's always good to have a sense of curiosity and play. And then finally settle in, and let's just take 3 deep breaths. Good. Let's come into plank. Finding our plank, and we're going to lower down onto our bellies. Now you can do a full chaturanga, or you can lower the knees, keeping the elbows nice and tight to the rib cage. Come on down to your belly. We're going to do a little back work here. Let's take the arms back behind us, palms. Let's take the palms down. We're going to inhale with our forehead on the floor. On the exhale, we're going to reach the fingertips towards the toes as we lift the upper body off the floor and the legs. Like we're flying through the air. Dropping those shoulders down the back. Take a couple of breaths here and then release that forehead back down to the ground. Maybe shake it out a little bit, roll that pelvis side to side. Take a nice inhale here. On the exhale, one more time. Fly through the air, lift the legs, lift the torso, reach the fingertips towards the toes. And if you want, you can even take the arms out to the side and then back again a few times. Good. And release. Shake out the pelvis. Maybe let the lower leg circle in one direction and then the other. Good. Click the heels together, kind of like frog's legs. And actually, let's bring the hands up by the forehead so that our forehead is resting in our hands. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to lift the frog's legs off the floor. Hold. And then inhale, just tap them down on the mat, and then exhale right back up again. So this is engaging the glutes beautifully. You can feel it. Inhale, tap the legs down just for a minute. Exhale, bring them back up. Hold the exhale for as long as you can. Inhale when you need that breath. Exhale right back up. 4 more. Good. All right, release. Roll over onto the side of your body. You can be up on your forearm like this. We're gonna actually bring the back leg up and the bottom leg out. Or if it's more comfortable for you to be down all the way, holding your head in your hand, that's fine too. We're gonna inhale and exhale, lifting the leg straight up and down. And then we're going to bring the knee up towards the chest and then back out. Now my foot is flexed. So we've got 2 movements, up, down, in, out. And that's 1 set. Up, down, in, out. Up, down. Now find a breath cycle that works for you. Three more sets. Good. Ah, feels so good. And let's, before we do the other side, come through a seated knee position, just on our way flipping over. And let's just do a few shoulder and neck stretches. Let's just take the right hand to the left side of the head, flexing the left palm, rolling the shoulders back and down, lifting the belly. Breathe here. And switch. All right, let's just take a nice deep breath in, raising the arms up above the head, palms forward. Now use the back muscle to pull those elbows down. Don't just move your arms, but actually engage those lats behind you. Yeah, I want you to feel the wings pulling the elbows down. So it's your back that's telling your arms where to go. Your arms are just following the command of the back muscles. 3 more. Yes, good. All right, flip over to the opposite side. I've got my left leg up, my right leg extended. You can be up on your forearm or down on holding your head, whatever feels comfortable. This hand is in front to stabilize me. Now you don't want this back hip to roll back. You want to keep the hips stacked right on top of each other. That's the challenge. So we're inhaling and exhaling as the leg comes up, and then we're bringing that knee into the chest and back out. Match your breath with your movement. Three more sets. Good. And rest. All right, let's come to sitting. And let's just do one forward, seated forward fold. I can't see the end of my feet. There's my toes. Inhale, reach up, 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 find the length. Exhale, fold like a piece of paper in half, reaching towards the toes. And just let everything hang out here. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Maybe take a nice big sigh. All right, find your way to standing. Grab a sip of water if you need it. Maybe turn your heater down or off. I think it's warm enough in here. All right, we're going to do our 20 breaths. Reaching our hands up through to the sky, reaching and looking up, and then coming down through heart center on the exhale. Energize, send some speed into your breath. Here we go, 20 breaths. Three more. On that last one, interlace the fingers, send the palms to the ceiling. Find the length. Walk the shoulders up the ladder one at a time. And keeping that length in the torso and the rib cage and the waist. Swing those arms down. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's take a nice deep breath in at the back of our mat, sweeping the arms up. And exhale, swan dive through, down into forward fold. Shake out the neck. Yes and no. Big sigh. Come up halfway. Oh, just halfway, using your hands on your shins or on your thighs if you want. And then exhale right back down into forward fold. Inhale, walk the hands forward and the feet back into down dog. Exhale in down dog. Let's just take a breath here. Inhale, take that right leg up in the air. Let's just leave it there for a minute. See how high you can get that heel. Flex the foot. Yeah, reach the heel towards the ceiling. On the next exhale, swing that knee through and forward. Keep the heel of the left foot up in the air, and let's come into crescent pose. Hello, crescent pose. Yes, wonderful place to start. There's so many directions we can go from here. All we're going to do right now is go forward with the torso and then come right back up 5 times. Inhale or exhale And then the other one. Whatever feels good to you and whatever's natural. Last set. Good. And now we're just gonna straighten that leg, that front leg, and bend that front leg. Straighten and bend. 3 more. Straighten and bend and straighten and bend. Last one. I think my counting is really off today. I don't know, I'm gonna have to check the recording. Hands down to the mat and then step that leg back into down dog. If you want to do a flow through, you can come through plank, chaturanga, cobra, and then plank again, and then down dog. Or you can just hang out in down dog. And then you can step or jump the feet forward, back into forward fold, and then roll to standing. We're going to do the other side. Nice big breath in. Sweeping the arms up. Swan dive through. Inhale halfway up. Exhale. Back down. Inhale, walk the hands forward into down dog. Exhale, down dog, and let's just take a breath here. Inhale the left leg up. Let's just hold here for a minute. Reach the heel to the ceiling and the standing heel to the floor. Feel that power and that length. You're like a star. You're making a star shape. On the next exhale, swing that leg through and then bring the arms and the torso up into crescent pose. Find your crescent. So I'm really trying to get that chest towards where the ceiling meets the wall. And then we're just going to bring that torso forward and back 5 times. All right, from here, we're going to straighten that front leg, swinging the arms down, and then bend back into crescent. Last time. Hands to the mat, leg goes back, hang out here in down dog, or do your flow through your vinyasa, plank, chaturanga, cobra, plank, then down dog, and then walk or jump, whatever feels good, back to forward fold, bending the knees, rolling to standing. All right, let's do a standing pose today. We haven't done it in a while. First, we're going to start with just a quad stretch. So go ahead and grab the outside of your right foot. Now, what I want you to do is kind of tuck the pelvis forward, and then send the top of the knee towards the floor. Now, your foot should be pressing into your hand, which also engages your biceps. So you're getting nice strengthener here in that right bicep. Take the left arm up. So right away, we're in a balancing pose here. And strengthening that bicep and stretching the quad. So many things going on here. Now, from here, we're going to move into dancer pose. So what I want you to think is pushing the top of that foot into the hand, which is going to maybe make the hand and the leg come up slightly. The torso teeter-tots forward on top of that standing leg. Yeah, there you go. Dancer pose. And see if you can come out of it gracefully, back through the quad stretch. Part of the challenge of the pose is coming in and out of it. Let's try it on the other side. Grab the outside of the left foot, tuck the pelvis, then send the top of the knee to the mat. Press the foot into the hand, which is going to lower that shoulder also, and engage the bicep and the tricep. Lift the right arm up for a nice balancing pose here. And then when you're ready, just start playing with the pose. So the pressure of the foot into the hand is going to lift that leg. And then the torso is going to want to move forward. And then maybe the arm will reach forward. And you want to keep that knee pointing down towards the mat. And then when you're ready to come back, make your way back through the quad stretch and then back to mountain. Awesome. Shake it out. Shoulder circles. All right, let's just do a little flow for a few minutes. And then we will finish up, wrap up. So let's come into goddess pose. Knees are over our toes. Pelvis is dropped right between the knees. Hands are in prayer. Shoulders are back. We're going to move with our crescent pose today. We're going to twist to the left, lifting the right heel. Inhale into crescent, and then drop that heel and come back into goddess. Inhale, crescent on the opposite side. Exhale, goddess. That was one set. We're going to do 5. Each time you come through goddess, I want to see if you can drop that pelvis down into the ground. Feel the connection of that root chakra connected to the earth. And then on this crescent pose, feel the crescent moon of that shape. Yeah, see if you can get that chest really lifted. Find your flow. I think that was 5. Let's come into star right away. Lift the heels off the floor, fingertips out wide. Hold. Imagine yourself floating like a star, out in space, light, but strong and fiery, full of energy. And release. Shake it out. Good, good, good. All right. What do I feel like doing? I know, let's just do a couple stretches here. Staying in pyramid with the feet turned forward instead of out. So nice and parallel, hands on the hips. Let's just go through a flat back here. So all the way forward to like a table position. Good. Let's just do a few pumps of the legs. Plie over the toes. Just kind of, it's like we're pumping up the energy of the stretch. Pumping it up, pumping it up. And then the next time we lengthen the legs, we tip the top of the head forward reach through the legs, and the sits bones go towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Breathe here, feels so good. All right, we're gonna bring the hands forward, and we're just going to turn out the right toe and bend the knee over that toe. Turn out the left foot and let the toes point towards the ceiling. Take the hands forward and release the body. Now, if you want to adjust and see if you can get this heel closer to the mat, you might need to bring this leg forward slightly. This is an intense inner thigh stretch. Use your core. Don't dump your core over the leg or over the pelvis. You want to lift the core. Yeah, use your hands to kind of Spider Woman or Spider-Man your way to the other side and find your stretch on the other side. So this knee is pointing to the left. These toes are pointing up. Ooh. I'm gonna see if I can get that heel a little closer to the ground. I'm reaching my hands forward. I'm lifting my belly button towards my spine. Getting that deep groin stretch, inner thigh. After goddess, this should feel very good. Go ahead and just slide onto your booty and take that foot behind you. Oh, we haven't done this in a while. Oh. Ooh, let's just kind of play with the hip a little bit, pushing it forward, pulling it back. Yeah, just give it a little bit of mobility there. All right, let's take that left arm up and forward, reaching towards the heel. And walking the hands up. Go ahead and bend that front leg. So we've got these kind of two right angles. We're actually going to come up, holding our hands to either side off the floor, and we're going to press the pelvis forward and spiral, looking back over our right shoulder, and then pull the left hip back and spiral to the left. Push the hip forward, spiral to the right, look over that right shoulder, pull the left hip back, spiral to the left. One more time, push the hip forward, spiral, pull the hip back, and spiral. Beautiful. All right, what do we need to do? We need to do the other side. Send the left leg out and the right leg behind. Left side, if you can see my left foot is flexed. Good, both hands are up. Whew. Drop those shoulders. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, fold over the leg. Breathe and relax. Notice how this side may feel really different than the other side. Bend the front leg. Take the hands in a V on either side of you. Now, I want you to imagine someone's punching your behind you, your right hip forward, and that is initiating our spiral over the left. Now, someone's moving your right hip back, and that pulls your torso around to the other side. Push the hip forward, spiral to the left, pull the hip back, spiral to the right. I'm also pointing the foot of the left foot as I spiral to the left, and flexing the foot as I bring it around to the right. I don't know why that just feels right. Might be the old school modern dancer in me. Good. Okay, yeah, shake it out. I have one set of abs I want to do with you. We're here on our backs. These will pretty much cover everything, so we don't need to do too many of them. We're going to start with our legs up in the air. Let's see, how does this work? Oh yeah. So we're going to take our hands to our head. We're going to lower our left leg and bring our left elbow to our right knee. And then when the legs come together, you bring your torso down to the floor. Then when your right leg goes down, your right elbow comes up to touch the left knee. And then when the leg comes up, you come back down. Then we do 2 little crunches straight forward with an open knee crunch. So my knees open and I crunch my elbows through that space. And then I extend, and then I crunch through that space and extend. So that's the demo. Let's start it out. We only need to do like 5 sets. Left leg drops, left elbow to right knee, recover. Switch, recover. Now we're going to do our little diamond crunch. Elbows through the diamond, extend, elbows through the diamond, extend, and lower the left leg, left elbow comes up, recover, switch, recover, crunch through the diamond that you're creating with your legs, crunch, and extend. Again, 1 and 2, match your breath. Inhale and exhale, find your flow. Usually the exhale comes with the crunch. And last set. And let's lower those hands down by our sides. Let's lower the legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Stretch the hands away from the toes. Hold the breath. Tighten everything in your body. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Exhale. Swallow. Remove the tongue from the roof of the mouth, stick it out. Say, wow. Ooh, that was a good one. And just come into corpse pose or Shavasana, and we will dim the lights and honor the work that we've done today. I realized last week I did not set up my music properly, so sorry about that. I hope this is better. Deep relaxation.
One night to be confused, one night to speed up truth. We had a promise made, 4 hands and then away. Both under influence, we had divine sense to know what to say. Mind is a razor blade to call for hands of above, to lean on. Would it one night of magic rush, the start a simple touch. One night to push and scream, and then relief. 10 days of perfect awake with false teeth, sharing different heartbeats in one life. To call for hands above, to lean on, would it be good enough for me now? To call for hands above, to lean on, would it be good enough?
You're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you want. Otherwise, you can wiggle your toes and fingers, bringing yourself back to the room, and find yourself slowly into a seated position with your eyes closed or soft focus, hands in prayer. And we'll seal our practice today with gratitude. Gratitude for this beautiful world that we live in, this beautiful country we live in, this beautiful state and this beautiful city of Glendale. So lucky to be here and to have this time on our mats to test ourselves and to be kind to ourselves. The spirit in me salutes the spirit in you. Namaste. Thank you for coming. See you next time.